So what are the objects that we can see? Are we able to see every object that is available around us? No, right? We are not able to see every object, right? So for example, in the room that you're sitting, are you able to see every object at the same time? No, right? What object can you see? See this, I've given you a statement here. Objects from which light reaches our eye, only those objects we can see. For example, I am here. Okay. Let's say okay. So there is an object here. Okay. There is an object. Object one. So can you see this object? Let's say you're facing this side, you're facing this side. So light from somewhere, from some corner, light will fall on this. And if the light rays, if it is few rays of light can reach from this object, yes, we can see this object because light rays are able to fall on my eye. Whatever rays are falling on my eye, I'll be able to see the objects from which those rays are coming. What is the original source? That does not matter for us. Okay. For example, there is a tube light here. There is a tube light here. There is a bulb here. Okay. There is some tungsten bulb here. Okay. It is giving light. It is giving light. This is the bulb. Sir, light is coming from this. So should I be able to sense what the bulb, or will I be able to sense the object? See here, light is coming from bulb only. So how many rays will come from the bulb? Some lakhs and lakhs of rays will come. Of that, a few thousands of rays will fall on this object, right? Of those rays, some rays are falling on my eye. Some rays are falling on my eye. Something like this. Those rays that are falling on my eye is what I sense, what I understand. I understand only the rays that are falling on my eye. Where are they falling from? They are falling from this object. The last object on which they are falling before reaching my eye. What is the last object they are falling on? This object. From this object, they have reached my eye. So I'm gonna sense this object's shape, this object's color. That is what I'm gonna sense. Not from originally where they came from. I can't sense that. I can't sense the previous hop. So for example, they might have come from this also. Let's say there is an object here. They might have got reflected from this and came here. They might have got reflected from here also. From here also. I can't understand what happened before this object. Before this reaching this object, before touching this object, these rays which are reaching my eye, before touching this object, where they came from, that information will not be available for our eye. What is available for our eye? From what object they are coming. Only that much we can sense. Other things we can't sense. For example, there is an object here. There is an object here. There is an object here. So can the rays from this object, can it reach my eye? Can they reach? Sir, they are reaching, no? They are reaching, no? But I am turning this side, no? I am turning the other side. How can they reach my eye? They will reach only my head. My head cannot perceive the light, no? My head does not have the capability of sensing the light rays. So if they are reaching my head, this is head. This is eyes. So if they are reaching my head, I can't sense. We can't see. This object is not seen. Similarly, this object, rays from this object also I can't see. So it's not seen. This object is also not seen. Hope you're following. Similarly, objects behind my back, you can observe whatever is in your room, whatever is behind you. Are you able to see them? You are not able to see. Why are you not able to see? Are there light rays not coming from those objects? If you turn your head backside, you'll be able to see all of them. Which means light rays are coming to you, but they are not falling on your eye. What is falling on your eye is what you can sense, what you can see. Okay. I hope you're following. So from whatever objects light can reach our eyes, only those objects we can see. So if there is an object here, somewhere here, can we see this object? Like, can light reach to our eye? Yes, it can reach our eye. There is a possibility, no? There is a possibility. So we can see from whatever objects light can reach our eye, those objects we can comfortably see. Okay. The remaining objects from which light rays may reach our head or may reach our legs or may reach our body parts, those things we can't see. Only objects from which light rays are reaching our eye, only our eye, not any of our body parts. Those objects from which light rays are not falling on our eye, we are not able to sense those objects. We are not able to see those objects. Okay. Out of infinite, out of like there are thousands, millions of rays falling on any object. All those million rays need not reach my eye. Few rays, maybe tens of rays or hundreds of rays, if they reach my eye, out of those million rays that are falling on this object, from this a billion rays will come, billions of rays will come. Out of a few millions will fall on this, few million will fall on this. Out of this few million, few hundreds of rays, if they fall onto my eye, I can comfortably see them. As the number of rays are more, the object will look brighter. If the number of rays are less, the object will look less brighter. It will look little darker. Okay, for example, if you're going on a street, one street light will be there for a large area. Then what happens? Same objects, you'll not be able to see comfortably, but you can sense that say there is some object, but you will miss the details inside the object. If there is a person coming in the street, you will not be able to see, for sometimes you will not be able to recognize his face also. You'll only know that he's a person, but you will not be able to recognize his face properly. But when there is little bit of light, sufficient light, you'll be able to recognize it. When there's sufficient, much more sufficient light, then we will be able to recognize how his eyebrows are. Every minute details also we can recognize. Because if sufficient rays are falling on our eye from a particular object, then we can see things more clearly. Okay. If less number of rays are falling, our eye can sense only less details. Okay. I hope you got some idea of what things we can see, what things we can't see, what things look brighter or more clear, what things will be more clear, what things will not be very clear. I hope you understood now. Any doubts in this slide?
Yes. No.
Okay. So we have understood what objects we can see. Okay. Right. You might ask me, you should ask me, so okay, let me ask you some questions. If you don't have questions, I'll ask you some questions then. Can someone tell me how light comes from this? This is not light, no. This is not a bulb. But how is light coming from this? How is light coming from this? How is light coming from this? It will not emit any light, no. This object need not emit light. Only some objects will emit light, like bulbs, or some objects when you heat them, they will glow. Those objects will emit light. Except those objects which emit light, the remaining objects, they don't emit light by themselves. But still, we are able to see them. It means some light is coming from them. It's not from inside of them. Some light producing source like bulb or sun, some light producing sources, they emit some light. That out those millions of rays or billions of rays that are coming from sun or bulbs, they fall on these objects. And after that, they reach Earth. They don't need produce, the objects need not produce any light rays by themselves to see them. If they can reflect some light rays, that is sufficient. If they can reflect some light rays, that is sufficient. For example, there is a black screen here. Black screen means black, nothing. Black means nothing. You're not able to see anything. What does it mean? Does it mean that light rays are not falling? Light rays are falling. And let's say this light ray is falling on some surface on the ground and then reflecting. See, light rays will travel in multiple directions. No, light rays will go like this, they come like this, then they go like this, they might come like this, fall like this. They can go in different directions, okay? From different corners of the walls, different walls, multiple reflections can happen and they might reach our eye. they might fall on this object. The way in which the light rays can fall on this object is either direct rays from the bulb, or those rays can go to the ground and come here. Like that also it can happen. Rays can go like this, can go like this, and then they can get reflected something like this. The different ways on by which light rays can fall on our eye is by different rays falling on the object from different directions. Multiple reflections, some tens and tens of reflections might happen. Okay, so the rays falling on this object need not be direct rays. There can be multiple reflections. After multiple reflections, also the light can reach this object. Okay, right. So when you take a black screen, for example, which black means nothing, no color, you are not seeing any color. What is happening here? Whatever light rays are falling on this, see light ray coming from this object, will go and reflect and fall also on this object. Black screen, what did you do is it absorbs all of them. Let's say if it is a perfect black object, perfect black body, then what happens? All the light rays falling on this, it is absorbing. It is not reflecting anything, or it is not emitting. To see an object, it should emit a light ray, or it should reflect a light ray at least. Some light should be coming from the object, either through reflection or through emission. Okay, so from sun, emission is happening. We are able to see sun, some form of sun. Okay, whereas moon we are able to see not because moon is emitting light. Moon cannot emit light. Moon only can reflect light. We're able to see moon at the night because moon is taking light from the sun and it is reflecting onto the earth. That is why we are able to see the moon. Okay, that reflected light, if it is reflecting perfectly, if the earth and moon are aligned in such a manner that the total light falling on the moon is being reflected, that is when we see a full moon day. Full moon you'll see. Okay, and what happens is their alignment between earth and moon, their alignment will change in such a manner that whatever light falling on the moon is not able to reach our eyes. That is new moon day, right? So we call it as Amavasya in Telugu. So light rays are not falling on the moon. No, they are falling on the moon. From sun, they are falling on the moon. But the reflected light rays from the moon, they are not falling on us. That's why we are not able to see moon on new moon days. Okay, in other days you'll see partial. Because only partial rays are reaching us. That's why. Right, black body, what does it do? It does not emit any light ray, or it does not reflect also. It only absorbs. Right? So that's why because no rays are coming from black object through reflection or through emission. That's why we look at it as black. Absence of light, we call it as when there is no light available. That is what looks like black. Okay, and similarly, let us talk about the color also. Okay, let's talk about the color. For example, yellow. Let's say there is an object which is yellow in color. It is yellow in color. When you see from your eye, it is having yellow color. Does that mean that why is it yellow in color? If there is a person who is color blind, he will not look at it as yellow. And this object might look some kind of gray color building. Why? The reason why it is looking like yellow color is because let's say from this bulb, white light is falling on it. Maybe through reflected form from here, white light is falling on it. But when the light falls on it from multiple directions, what happens is this object, whichever is looking like yellow, among the Wibjor colors, what is the color that it is appearing? Yellow, right? Which means yellow color is reaching our eye. Correct? Yellow color is reaching our eye from all corners of the building. Yellow color is reaching our eye. What happened to the remaining colors? White light means it's a combination of white light means it has all colors. V plus Wibjor, all the Wibjor colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. All these colors, when you combine them, it looks like a white color. Okay, all the colors combination will look like a white color. So the light coming here is white light, which means it has combination of all these wavelengths. All these waves together, it is looking like white. Now what is happening is here V plus indigo plus B blue plus green plus orange plus red. All these colors are being absorbed. The material of this object is in such a manner that it is absorbing all those colors. It is absorbing all those colors. It is absorbing all these colors. It is not absorbing only one color, which is yellow. Okay. So what is it reflecting? It is reflecting only yellow. And it is absorbing the remaining colors or remaining wavelengths it is absorbing. So that's why it is appearing yellow. Similarly, if there is an object which absorbs only red, which absorbs only, which reflects only red and absorbs all the remaining colors, then it will appear red. Okay. So for example, if there is let's say an object absorbs VIB colors and reflects GYOR colors. If an object absorbs VIB colors, then VIB colors will not come out because it is absorbing. So if it is absorbing only VIB colors, GYOR colors are reflected. So when GYOR colors are reflected, so we can't see G separately, Y separately, O separately, R separately. Okay, if you want to see separately, then we have to you take the help of some prism or something like that. But basically, if there is an object which absorbs VIB, then it reflects GYOR colors. So when you add green, yellow, orange, red, you'll get some other color. Whatever is that color. You know, when we combine these colors, we get different colors. There are hundreds of colors, no? So how do you get hundreds of colors? Basically, there are only 7 colors, which are colors. When you mix them, when you mix V and I, you get a different color. When you mix VIB, there you get a different color. So in different ways, if you combine these 7 colors, you get different colors. Okay, like that. GYOR colors. When you mix green, yellow, orange, and red, if you take one drop of ink of each of these colors and mix them, you get some color. That color is what this object appears, because this object is reflecting a combination of these colors. So that's why this object, if you drop ink of all these colors, whatever is the combined color that you get, that color is what this object appears. Whatever is the color of the object is the rays that it is reflecting. Whatever it is absorbing, that are not coming to our eye. Whatever it is reflecting, only those rays are coming to our eye. The combination of the color combination of the rays that are reaching your eye, that is the color that object appears. Okay, that does not mean that it is the actual color of the object. Of the color that the object is appearing for human eye is because of reflection of light, reflection of particular colors. Okay. Okay, so sir, what is this? When you, sir, whatever color we want, we can get it on the wall, no? So if I put a red color on the wall, I can see red color on the wall. Point here is the material that you are putting on the wall for it to look like red. That material is having the behavior of it absorbs all the colors except red color. It is absorbing all colors except red, means it is reflecting red. Which means whenever you see the wall, from the wall only red rays are coming, because the remaining colors are being absorbed by that the material that we are laying on the wall. So that way it appears red. The wall which is appearing green is because it reflects only green. The remaining colors it absorbs. Any material, when you put some light, it absorbs some colors, it reflects some colors. Whatever colors it reflects, that is what is the color of the object that we see. Okay, I hope it is clear.